Then I carry a little bit larger sewing needle. Again, duplication. This is an easy awl. It's the actual awl. It has it's loaded, preloaded with waxed thread, which is artificial sinew. It's got 2 needles, a curved and a straight needle. You just take those out, stick them right in there, push this down, you've got your handle. But I showed you on another video, this isn't really necessary. I could just carry the needles. It just happens to be in my toolkit because that's where I keep it, and I know where it's at all the time. Then I carry a folding saw. There's just a small folding saw. This is a Gerber. It's a real good folding saw, filled with rust right now. I need to clean that up. I was using it out at dirt time, but it cuts pretty well. And again, it's a handy little saw. It's not the only saw I have in a long-term situation, so I just carry a small one in here. An extra flashlight, mag light, and I carry some extra batteries. I've got some snare wire. This is heavy duty. This is lighter duty. Altogether, I probably have about 30 or 40 feet of snare wire. Some plastic bags, and again, those are just transpiration bags, semi-clear, that you can put over trees to get water with. This is another little folding knife if I was to lose my Victorinox. Nice little knife. I'm not even sure what the name of this is, but it's a mini knife, and it's my backup, so I can use that if I need it. Always have it with me. Again, remember, I'm talking a long-term kit here. We're talking a bug-out bag. I carry about 3 or 4 10-penny nails with me. Those have many uses, as we've seen in other videos already. A couple of garbage bags extra in here. So that is my tool roll. Everything that's in there, except in these end pouches. I actually have a couple of fire starter things. I have some cotton balls, some steel wool, some fat wood, and then in this bottle here I have a little bit of char cloth, so I could utilize that for any kind of stuff. The nice thing about this, again, this whole bag just wraps up very tight, very small, very neatly, fits right into my kit, and it really doesn't weigh very much. I think this thing weighs about 1.5 pounds, and that's fully loaded out with all the tools in there. So although it seems like I'm carrying a lot, the weight's not a lot. A couple of other tools that I carry with me. First of all, my axe. My son made this sheath for me. I'm real proud of it. It's a good sheath. Keeps the blade covered for me. The axe is a Collins. Let's see if I can turn that around for you. It's a Collins. It's a 3/4 axe. It's not a full-length axe, but it's heavy enough that I can chop trees with it. Small enough I can do light work. On the axe, many of you remember in my everyday carry, I carry a small magnet. This is the reason I carry it. I have a file that's attached there. I can file my axe. It attaches right to the axe, keeps it right in place for me, keeps it out of the way, so it's all right there. Somebody mentioned that I had this in with my compass, and yeah, I realized that. I moved my compass. Thank you for that comment. So that's my axe. Again, it's a good axe, and the file helps me to keep an edge on my tools. I can also use it for striking fires, as well as many other uses. So I do carry an axe with me, and again, that is for extended trips. I would have to be out for a long time to carry an axe. That's a lot of weight that I really don't need. If I was going out for 3 to 5 days, I would probably carry my larger Tom Brown tracker knife, and that would suffice for most of the cutting jobs that I'd have. On the side of my pouch here, I also carry a couple utility packs. This one has a pocket chainsaw. Now, if you've never seen this before, this is a really cool tool. You just put this around a log. You can use it overhead, and you can cut. You can use it underneath, and these really go through wood fast. In fact, this is probably faster than an axe, no doubt about it. But it couldn't cut down, 8-foot trees or anything. But you don't need to cut down 8-foot trees out in the bush. Just folds up, goes right in its own little pocket pouch, and stays right out of the way. So that's a nice thing to have. And again, I got that a couple years ago, and that thing really cuts. Another tool that I carry with me, and I keep on my pouch, is a little shovel, just a spade, and that spade will enable me to dig holes if I need to dig trenches, if I need to go to the bathroom and I want to bury it. That's just a little ABS plastic spade, very strong, sits right on the outside of my pack. So that's another tool that I carry with me. You've already seen on the pack a couple of little straps, just an emergency light, and that will get me to inside my kit if I need to get to a bigger light. I also have my pacing beads on this side, a little bit of extra cordage and some carry snaps. And then I carry another little utility pack back on the back end of my kit, and that's stuffed with just some personal little items that I like. Again, this is just, it's called Skin Shield. It's kind of, if you get a cut, you put that on there, it stops it from bleeding. Some hand sanitizer. Real important to be clean out in the bush, and we're going to get to my personal kit in a minute. Some cayenne pepper. I like cayenne pepper. This cayenne pepper will do for larger cuts as well as my food. A little magnifying glass to start fires real fast. I've got some lip balm in here, and I can use that also as a fire starter. And dental floss. People ask me why I carry dental floss. Well, number one, you can floss your teeth with it. Try doing that with the inside of a paracord. The second thing you can use this for, you can use it to lash, you can use it for minor tying, you can use it for an emergency fishing cord. It floats. This one's cinnamon flavored, so if I'm actually a little thirsty or something, haven't got the water source, I can chew on this. It'll help to alleviate my thirst a little bit. Another thing I want to emphasize, this pack is a bug out bag. It's meant for long-term and extended stay out in the bush. It has a lot of duplication in it. Many things I would never use on a 3 to 5 day stay. I may not even use all these things on a 2-week stay. I generally would travel lighter. One of the nice things is I could take this kit with me. If I find a place where I want to locate for a little while, I can take this kit, take my shovel, wrap the kit up into a plastic bag. I can bury my kit, marking where it was and remembering where it is, and just take the items that I need to go for a week, 2 weeks inside of this bag. So that's the reason I carry some duplication items in here. One other thing that I carry as a tool is a roll of duct tape that's just attached to the outside of my pack. It's out of the way, but it's very handy, and duct tape comes in for a million different reasons. Alright, well, let's attack this last 2 bags that I have, or the last 2 pouches on my kit. You've already seen some of the items in this kit. This is where I keep I need to get to these right away. I have a compass wrapped up in yet another bandana, so that gives me 3 bandanas. I have a spork. This is just a light my fire spork. It's an ABS plastic. I have a headlamp, and that headlamp will again give me hands-free operation. It has a bunch of different settings. It's got, I don't want to blind you here, it's got a red for night vision, white on the bottom, which is LED, which this batteries will last for 200 hours on this, and then it's got a bright one which will last for about 50 hours. So it's a nice headlamp put out by Rayovac. The next thing that I have inside this outside emergency let's get to right away is a first aid kit. This is just a small first aid kit. I've got a large gauze bandage. I've got some cleansing wipes, some band-aids. I've got some Q-tips in here, another large gauze in the bottom, some Neosporin ointment, and a pair of fingernail clippers. I've mentioned before, I think that fingernail clippers are very, very important to have with you out in the bush. You need to keep yourself in good health. Part of that includes clipping your nails. There's a pair of binoculars. These are Northwest. Pretty nice binoculars. Little cleaning pouch wrapped up in there. These are 10 by 25, and they give me a lot of vision. They fold up nice and small, and I can just carry these, and if I need to spot where I'm going, where I'm at, something up ahead that's an emergency situation, then I've got that available, and it's right on the outside of my pack to get to real easy.